Hello and welcome to Pop Export, the German music magazine on DWTV in Berlin. This time, get ready for videos by Nina, the Boss Hoss and DJ Quicksilver. We also travel to Rostock and meet up with Jennifer Rostock, the band that is. Plus, we've got the best new releases, the latest from the German music scene and our quiz. But first, what do the Scorpions, Clouseau and the Fantastischen Vier have in common? That's right, they've all appeared on stage with a symphony orchestra. Once a year in the city of Braunschweig, well-known German bands perform together with an orchestra at an event called Pop Meets Classic. This year, psycho rockers Oomph were among the bands on stage. And Pop Export viewers might think the show's host looks awfully familiar. We bring you this report.
Pop Meets Classic, where 8 rock and pop acts play together with the Braunschweig State Orchestra. In a show presented by Pop Export's Markus Schulze.
Das ist ein herrlicher Wunsch. Das ist ein wunderschöner Wunsch. Das ist ein intelligenter Dirigent.
Around 6,000 audience members experienced the concert live.
Wunderschön.
Wonderful, great symbiosis. The music was good and the combination with orchestra was really cool. They pulled it off, and you notice how the band and orchestra groove together.
The headliners were Braunschweig trio Oomph, joined by guest vocalist Mina Harker and the 56 orchestral musicians.
First of all, it's a great honor, and it's also a totally new experience to be on stage with such a huge orchestra. It really gives you goosebumps in a way that normal touring doesn't for us anymore. That's become more of a routine and the instrumentation stays the same.
Founded in 1989, Oomph have released 13 albums and influenced bands like Rammstein. Their biggest hit was a #1 song called Augen auf. Oomph didn't have much time to prepare for the gig in Braunschweig, only 4 days of rehearsals for a band and orchestra. The new constellation took some getting used to for everyone involved.
Rock bands are used to taking rhythmic cues from the drummer, who signals which parts come next. The drummer provides the rhythmic framework for the rest of us. But orchestras aren't used to this at all. They take all of their directions from the conductor. And this question of who's in charge created a real conflict between the conductor and the drummer. But they got it sorted out in the end.
The Braunschweig State Orchestra was founded in 1587, but despite its long history, the musicians have no trouble playing contemporary pop music.
I think it's important to cultivate a very undogmatic approach to the material. That means you encounter it without any reservations and just see what happens. It requires an experimental approach at rehearsals, and it's also a great challenge.
Pop Meets Classic is a tradition in Germany. The Berlin Philharmonic has played with the Scorpions. Techno DJ Paul van Dyk has performed with conductor Pavel Järvi. And rap quartet Die Fantastischen Vier work regularly with symphony orchestras.
Er kam irgendwann und hat gesagt, Markus, kannst du dir vorstellen, bei dieser Pop Meets
Back at Pop Meets Classic in Braunschweig, star presenter Markus Schulze couldn't resist the temptation of performing with a string section, singing a song by U2.
I was cold as the snow, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Oomph also feel the excitement before going on stage.
Playing together with a giant orchestra and performing for an audience that wouldn't normally come to an Oomph concert is a real challenge and a great experience.
Despite the short rehearsals, Oomph put on a great show with the orchestra at this year's Pop Meets Classic in Braunschweig.